Welcome, my friend. You've found your way to a quiet place tonight. There's nothing you need to do, nothing you need to fix, nowhere you need to go. Just let the day slowly fade behind you. You can listen or simply let the sound rest in the background. Either way is perfectly fine. When you're ready, we'll begin a gentle story meant for calm, for comfort, and for overthinking minds ready to rest. Before anything else, allow yourself to pause, not to do anything, not to solve anything, just to arrive right here. Let your shoulders soften, let your jaw unclench, let the day loosen its grip little by little. Outside this moment, the world can keep moving. Inside this moment, there is nothing you need to chase. Imagine the quiet warmth of a winter evening, the kind where time feels slower, gentler. The air carries a faint scent of wood and ember, and somewhere nearby, stone walls hold the memory of countless peaceful nights. Tonight's story is not meant to be followed closely. You don't need to remember details. You don't need to imagine perfectly. Just let the words drift past you like soft snow, like a slow, steady breath. Somewhere beyond busy roads and restless thoughts, there exists a small workshop built from old mountain stone. Its windows glow softly at night, warmed by embers that never fully fade. Inside, wooden toys are shaped not for noise or speed, but for quiet joy, the kind that lingers long after the lights are dimmed. This is a place where hands move slowly, where nothing is rushed, where every object carries calm within its grain. And as you listen, your own thoughts may begin to settle, like dust resting after a long journey, like embers glowing gently, without effort. There is nothing hidden here that needs solving, no mystery that demands attention, only warmth, rhythm, and the comfort of simple creation. If your mind wanders, let it wander. If sleep comes early, let it come. This story will keep going softly, holding the space for you, until rest arrives naturally. And now, with the world growing quieter, we step gently into the stone workshop, where the embers glow and the night listens. The workshop stood where the village ended and the mountain quietly began. It was not placed there to be noticed. In fact, during the day, many passed it without a second glance. Its stone walls blended naturally with the slope of the land, and the roof, dusted with snow, looked almost like an extension of the hillside itself. Only when evening arrived did the workshop reveal its presence, softly, patiently, as if it preferred to be found only by those who moved slowly enough to notice. The stones used to build it were old and smooth, gathered long ago from nearby riverbeds and mountain paths. Each stone carried the memory of water, wind, and time. They fit together without harsh edges, creating walls that felt grounding rather than enclosing. In winter, frost traced pale lines along their seams, like quiet handwriting left by the night. As dusk settled over the village, the sky shifted through shades of pale lavender, deep blue, and finally into a calm, star-dusted black. The air grew still. Footsteps softened. Doors closed gently one by one until only the quiet remained. That was when the workshop's window began to glow. Not suddenly, not brightly, just a slow warming of light, as though the room inside was breathing in. The glow came from a small iron stove tucked into the far corner of the workshop. Its embers never flared or crackled loudly. They simply glowed steady, orange, reassuring, like a heart that knew no urgency. The heat they gave off spread gently, absorbed by the stone floor and the thick wooden beams above, creating a warmth that felt constant and patient. Inside the workshop, the air carried the scent of wood, not sharp or fresh, but mellow and familiar. Cedar shavings rested in shallow bowls along the work table. Pine and maple mingled with the faint sweetness of old varnish. There was also the subtle smell of ash, softened by years of careful tending. The ceiling beams were dark with age, their grain visible where candlelight and ember glow brushed against them. Hooks hung from the beams, holding lanterns that were rarely needed, and small bundles of twine tied neatly and left untouched for long stretches of time. Along the walls, shelves rose from floor to ceiling. They were filled not hurriedly, but thoughtfully. Wooden toys rested there in quiet rows, each one shaped with care rather than precision. Small animals stood with rounded legs and gentle curves, foxes with lowered heads, bears caught mid-step, birds perched as if listening. There were wooden trains with smooth wheels that would never catch or scrape, boats carved to balance perfectly even on still water, and small houses with softly carved doors that did not open, because they did not need to. These toys were not meant to be loud or clever. They were meant to be held. Their surfaces were polished by hand, not to shine, but to invite touch. Running a finger along the curve of a wooden horse or the edge of a tiny boat felt grounding, like tracing something familiar from a half-remembered dream. Near the window sat a small rocking toy, its motion barely perceptible unless nudged gently. It was shaped to rock slowly, deliberately, never tipping too far in either direction. Many who noticed it felt their own breathing unconsciously slow. At the center of the workshop stood the main work table. It was broad and sturdy, its surface worn smooth by decades of careful use. The marks left behind were not scars, but signatures, shallow impressions from tools guided by unhurried hands. There were no deep cuts, no rushed mistakes. Everything about the table suggested patience. Simple tools rested neatly along its edgy, chisels with handles smoothed by time, a small mallet, a measuring square, and a thin brush used for applying oil. Each tool had its place, and none were ever left out of order. The stone floor beneath the table held warmth long after the stove dimmed, and the sound of footsteps inside the workshop never echoed. The stone absorbed noise, turning movement into quiet presence. Outside, snow began to fall. At first, it drifted slowly, each flake moving as though unsure whether to land or keep floating. As the night deepened, the snowfall thickened, muffling the world beyond the workshop walls. The village seemed to sink gently into rest, its outlines softened, its edges blurred. Inside, the silence felt different. It was not empty, it was full. The kind of silence that feels supportive, as though it is holding everything together without effort. Even the embers seemed to glow in rhythm with it, brightening slightly, then settling again. Near the stove stood a single wooden chair. Its legs were solid, its back curved gently to fit the body without forcing posture. The seat was smooth, shaped by years of use. Anyone who sat there often found themselves staying longer than planned, hands resting loosely in their lap, thoughts drifting without direction. From that chair, one could see nearly everything in the workshop: the shelves, the table, the window, the stove. It was a place of quiet observation. Some evenings, the chair remained empty. Other nights, it held the weight of someone who did not speak, did not rush, and did not need to. The workshop did not mark time in hours. It marked time in light. As the night deepened, the glow from the stove softened. Shadows lengthened along the stone walls, moving slowly, like they were stretching before sleep. The window reflected the interior faintly, blending inside and outside into a single, gentle scene. Those who entered the workshop often felt something they could not name, a release, as though the noise of the world remained outside the stone walls, unwilling or unable to follow them in. Worries loosened their grip, thoughts lost their sharp edges. Breathing slowed naturally, without instruction. No signs explained this feeling. No words promised it. The workshop simply existed as it always had, patient, warm, unassuming. Some believed the toys held the calm within them, that the careful shaping of wood had captured something essential and passed it along to those nearby. Others thought the stone itself remembered stillness and offered it freely. But the workshop never explained itself. It never needed to. As snow continued to fall outside, the light in the window remained steady. Travelers passing by sometimes paused, drawn by the glow, unsure why. Some turned away, feeling unready. Others stepped closer, footsteps slowing, hearts quieting. Inside, the embers glowed, the wooden toys waited, and the night unfolded slowly, gently, just as it always did. The night outside the workshop deepened, not suddenly, but the way calm always does, by quietly settling into its place. Snow continued to fall in soft, patient layers, resting on the roof, the stone steps, and the narrow path leading toward the village. Each flake seemed to know exactly where to land, as if guided by a shared understanding to move slowly, to arrive gently, to disturb nothing at all. The world beyond the workshop grew quieter with every passing moment, wrapped in a hush that felt intentional rather than empty. Inside, the warmth held steady. The iron stove glowed low now, its embers no longer bright but deeply alive. They pulsed faintly, a quiet rhythm that echoed through the stone floor and into the wooden beams above. The heat did not press or overwhelm. It simply existed, like a soft blanket laid carefully across the room. The chair near the stove creaked softly as someone settled into it. There was no need for introductions here. No names were spoken. The workshop did not require identity, only presence. Whoever sat in the chair felt their shoulders ease downward, the subtle tension they carried loosening as if gently untied. Breathing slowed, not because it was guided, but because the air itself felt heavier with calm. The scent of wood deepened as the warmth rose. Cedar released a faint sweetness, maple offered something round and grounding, and pine carried the quiet memory of forests blanketed in snow. Together, they created a scent that felt familiar, even if it had never been encountered before. On the work table, a small wooden toy rested unfinished. It was simple in shape, a little sled, carved just enough to suggest movement without insisting upon it. The runners were smooth, curved gently upward, as though ready to glide across untouched snow. Its surface was pale, unpolished, waiting patiently. Nothing hurried its completion. The tools nearby lay untouched, their wooden handles warm from the air. They seemed content to wait, as if time itself had slowed to match the pace of the workshop. Along the shelves, the toys seemed almost to lean into the quiet. A wooden fox cast a long shadow against the stone wall, its shape softened by the glow of the embers. Nearby, a row of small carved birds appeared mid-rest, wings folded, beaks closed. as though they too had settled for the night. There was comfort in their stillness. Each toy had been shaped slowly, with intention, with attention that never rushed ahead of the moment. That care lingered in them, filling the room with a subtle sense of reassurance, the feeling that nothing needed fixing right now. The window fogged slightly as the warmth met the cold glass. Frost traced delicate patterns along the edges, curling inward like leaves drawn by moonlight. Through the clear center of the pane, the snowfall shimmered faintly under the stars. Above the workshop, the night sky opened wide. Stars scattered across it in quiet abundance, not sharp or bright, but soft and distant. They seemed to hang there effortlessly, ancient and calm, watching over the mountains and the sleeping village below. Inside, the sense of time continued to loosen. Minutes felt like moments, moments stretched without strain. The usual markers of evening, clocks, schedules, expectations, had no place here. The workshop existed outside of urgency. The person in the chair noticed their hands resting loosely in their lap. No clenching, no fidgeting, just stillness. The mind, often crowded with thoughts, began to quiet. Not all at once, not forcefully. One thought drifted away, then another, until the spaces between them grew wider, softer. What remained was not emptiness, but ease. The gentle crackle of the stove punctuated the silence now, and then, not loud enough to interrupt, only enough to remind the room that warmth was alive and well. A kettle sat near the stove, its surface catching the ember light. It had been there for years, rarely moved, its presence comforting even when unused. The idea of warmth it carried was enough. Some nights, steam rose from it slowly, curling into the air like a sigh. Tonight it simply rested. On the far wall, a narrow shelf held small jars of oil and beeswax. Their lids were worn smooth, labels faded. When opened, they released scents that softened wood and sealed care into every surface touched. Even now, closed, they seemed to hum faintly with purpose. The workshop felt complete. Not finished, but complete. There was a difference. Finished implied an end. Complete suggested contentment. The person in the chair leaned back slightly, feeling the curve of the wood support them without pressure. Their eyelids grew heavier, blinking slower now, each blink lingering just a little longer than the last. Outside, the snow thickened. The village lights dimmed one by one until only the workshop window remained, glowing softly against the white landscape. It looked like a single star fallen gently to the earth. Footsteps passed once, distant, muted by snow, then faded away. Whoever walked by did not stop, or perhaps they did briefly, and simply stood there breathing before continuing on their way, carrying a little of the workshop's calm with them. Inside, nothing changed, and yet everything felt different. The quiet was no longer something noticed, it had become something felt. The unfinished sled on the table caught the eye again. Its simplicity felt deliberate. It did not need details to be meaningful. It existed in a space where imagination was free to wander gently, without pressure to arrive anywhere specific. The embers dimmed slightly, then brightened again, as though responding to a breath drawn somewhere deep within the room. The air felt thicker now, heavier with rest. Thoughts slowed even further, losing their urgency, their sharpness. Concerns that once felt loud now seemed distant, muffled, wrapped in layers of warmth and wood and stone. There was nothing to solve here, nothing to plan, nothing to remember. Just this moment, just this quiet, just this gentle presence within walls built to hold calm. As the night continued its slow arc overhead, the workshop remained awake, not alert, not busy, simply aware, a quiet witness to rest, to stillness, to the soft unraveling of a mind learning how to let go. And somewhere between the steady glow of embers and the falling snow, the world felt safe enough to soften completely. Somewhere between the glow of the embers and the slow fall of snow, the workshop seemed to breathe. Not in a way that could be heard, but in a way that could be felt, a subtle expansion and release, like the chest rising and falling during the deepest moments of rest. The stone walls held warmth without holding tight. The wooden beams above remained still, steady, patient, as though they had learned long ago how to support without strain. The night outside grew bluer, deeper. Moonlight slipped across the snow in thin silver lines, tracing gentle curves along the drifts. It reflected softly against the frosted window, mingling with the amber glow inside the workshop. Where the two lights met, the air seemed to shimmer, not bright, not sharp, just quietly alive. The person resting in the chair felt that shimmer inside themselves. It was not excitement, not anticipation. It was recognition, a sense that this place understood them without asking questions. Their breathing settled into an even rhythm, slow and unforced. Each breath seemed to travel deeper than the last, reaching places usually crowded with thought and gently clearing space there. The body responded first, shoulders sinking, jaw softening, hands growing warm and loose. The mind followed. Thoughts still appeared, but they moved differently now. They drifted like snowflakes past a window, noticed briefly, then gone. None demanded attention. None stayed long enough to matter. The workshop encouraged this quiet wandering. On one wall, a wide shelf displayed toys arranged not by size or type, but by feeling. Some carried a sense of playfulness, a spinning top carved with faint spiral lines, a wooden horse frozen mid-step. Others held something deeper, something steadier. Small boxes with rounded corners, puzzle shapes that fit together without effort. Each toy seemed to hold a memory, not a sharp one, a softened one, the kind of memory that feels warm rather than heavy. It was said, though no one could recall exactly who first said it, that every toy made here absorbed a little calm during its creation. The workshop was known for that. People did not come seeking perfection. They came seeking ease. The tools played their part in this quiet ritual. A hand plane rested near the edge of the table, its blade hidden, its handle polished smooth by years of gentle use. Chisels lay aligned not out of habit, but out of respect, each one given space, each one allowed to rest. Nothing here competed, everything belonged. The unfinished sled still waited patiently, its pale surface catching the light in a way that felt almost tender. There was no urgency to complete it. The wood itself seemed content, simply being shaped slowly, one moment at a time. The person in the chair noticed how different this felt from the rest of the world. Out there, everything asked for speed, for answers. Here, nothing asked. The workshop offered quiet permission to pause, to not know, to not do. Snow slid softly from the roof outside, landing with a sound so faint it barely registered. The night absorbed it easily, like a deep breath taken and released. A clock hung above the doorway, but its ticking was nearly imperceptible. Time passed here in a different language, measured not in minutes, but in comfort. The warmth from the stove reached the stone floor now, rising gently through boots, through legs, through the spine. It settled behind the heart, loosening something held there for longer than expected. Memories surfaced briefly. A winter evening from long ago, a kitchen warm with lamplight, hands working slowly, deliberately. They did not linger. They simply passed through, leaving behind a feeling, the kind that says, "You are safe to rest now." The workshop had always been a place of quiet repair, not repair of broken things, but repair of tired ones. Wood arrived here worn, splintered, uneven. It left smoother, stronger, more itself than before. The same was true for those who spent time within these walls. They did not leave changed in obvious ways. They left lighter. The shelves near the back wall held smaller creations, tiny animals carved from leftover pieces, their forms simple, their expressions calm, A small bear rested on its haunches, eyes half closed, as though mid-nap. A rabbit leaned forward slightly, ears relaxed, listening to something only it could hear. They carried no urgency. They modeled rest. The person in the chair felt their eyelids grow heavy again, this time without resistance. The space behind the eyes darkened pleasantly, thoughts dimming like lanterns, being turned down one by one. Breathing became almost automatic, in and out, no need to guide it. The workshop took care of that. Outside, clouds drifted slowly across the stars, veiling them, then revealing them again. The northern sky remained vast and calm, indifferent to hurry, generous with silence. The village beyond slept deeply now. Windows dark, paths untouched, roofs blanketed. Only the workshop remained awake, not in vigilance, but in quiet companionship. The stove shifted softly as embers settled, releasing a low warmth that seemed to wrap itself around the room. The air felt heavier now, saturated with stillness. The unfinished sled caught a final glimmer of light as the person's gaze drifted past it, then softened completely. Nothing more needed noticing. Nothing more needed thinking. The workshop had done its work simply by existing. And as the night continued its slow, steady journey overhead, the person in the chair slipped deeper into rest, held gently by stone, by wood, by warmth, and by the quiet craft of healing that required no effort at all. The night reached a moment where even time seemed to rest, not asleep, just paused. The workshop had grown quieter still, as though it had decided that nothing more needed to happen. The fire no longer shifted or popped. It simply glowed, a low, steady presence, like a held breath that felt safe to stay held. The snow outside had slowed too. Each flake drifted down with no destination in mind, turning lazily in the air before settling wherever it felt welcome. The world beyond the windows had softened into pale blues and silvers, edges blurred, corners rounded by moonlight and snowfall. Inside, the warmth deepened. It no longer felt like heat rising from the stove. It felt like warmth coming from the walls themselves, from the stone that had absorbed years of winters and learned how to give comfort back slowly. The person resting in the chair had barely moved. Their body had found a position so natural it felt as though it had always been meant to sit this way. Muscles no longer held memory of effort. Bones felt aligned, supported, heavy in the best possible sense. Breathing had slowed into long, quiet waves. Each inhale arrived gently. Each exhale left without hurry. There was no gap between them. No need to notice the space in between. The breath simply flowed like water under ice. The workshop responded to this stillness by revealing smaller details. The grain of the wooden workbench shimmered softly, lines curving like slow, moving rivers frozen in time. Tiny marks left by years of careful hands told stories without words. A pause here, a gentle correction there. Nothing rushed, nothing forced. On a nearby shelf, a small wooden train rested on its side, wheels smooth from turning. It had been carved long ago, its paint faded to warm, quiet tones. The toy carried the feeling of journeys taken without urgency, short trips around a room, pauses beneath tables, moments of rest beside pillows. It felt symbolic without trying to be. The unfinished sled waited near the door, its form now complete enough to be understood, yet still open to rest. It did not demand the final polish. It trusted that completion would come when the time felt right. That trust filled the room. The person's thoughts had slowed to the point where they were barely distinguishable from sensation. What remained was awareness, not sharp, not focused, but wide and gentle. Awareness of warmth, of safety, of being held by the moment. The workshop had reached its softest hour. This was the time when nothing new was created, yet everything felt whole. The embers cast a golden circle across the floor, touching the legs of the chair, the edge of the bench, the lower stones of the wall. Where light met shadow, there was no contrast, only a smooth blending, like dusk melting into night. Outside, the village slept deeply. Chimneys stood still, paths disappeared beneath snow. Every window remained dark, except this one. And even here the light had dimmed, lowering itself, as if not to disturb the quiet. The person felt a gentle pull inward, not a falling, not a sinking, but a soft turning toward rest. Thoughts no longer formed sentences. They became impressions, a sense of having arrived, a feeling of enough. The workshop offered no instructions. It did not say rest now. It simply made resting the easiest thing to do. The air carried the faintest scent of wood and warmth, layered with the clean quiet of snow. Each breath brought the same comfort, again and again, without variation. Nothing surprised, nothing needed remembering. The shelves seemed to settle further into the walls, content to be background. Tools accepted their stillness fully, no longer anticipating use. The stove glowed low, like a heartbeat slowed to its most peaceful rhythm. Even the clock above the door had grown almost silent. Its hands moved, but so gently they barely mattered. Time was passing, but it felt kind. The person's eyelids fluttered once, then rested fully. The darkness behind them was not empty. It was full of calm, full of quiet warmth. The workshop remained aware, It had always known this moment would come. Every night, there was a point when effort faded and presence took over, when creation gave way to rest, when warmth was no longer something to notice, but something to dissolve into. The snow continued to fall. Each flake landed without sound, adding to a world that felt padded, insulated, forgiving. The cold stayed outside, respectful of the boundary. Inside, everything softened further. The unfinished sled seemed to glow faintly now, its surface reflecting the quiet satisfaction of being nearly done. It carried the promise of future movement without demanding it tonight. Tonight was for stillness. The person felt their thoughts loosen their final grip. Whatever had been carried into the workshop, worries, unfinished conversations, plans, had been set down somewhere near the door, forgotten. Nothing followed them into this depth of calm. The workshop did not keep score. It did not ask what had been done or what remained. It only offered a space where being was enough. The chair held firm but gentle. The stone walls remained steady. The wooden beams above seemed to lean inward slightly, protective in their quiet way. The night outside grew deeper, darker, but never heavy. Stars blinked behind drifting clouds, patient and distant. Inside, the person drifted too, not away but inward, towards sleep that felt earned simply by existing. The workshop stayed awake, just enough to keep watch. And in that shared stillness, between glowing embers and falling snow, everything found its place. Nothing more was needed. The night did not deepen suddenly. It softened, as though someone had turned the volume of the world down one last, gentle notch, not to silence, but to comfort. Inside the stone workshop, the glow of the embers had faded to a quiet amber. Not gone, never gone, just settled into a state where it no longer asked to be watched. The fire had done its work for the night. Now, it simply existed, warm, patient, steady. The snow outside continued to fall, but it felt farther away now, like a memory of motion rather than something actively happening. The window held it at a distance, turning the cold into something beautiful and harmless. Inside, everything rested. The chair did not creak. The floor did not shift. The walls did not echo. The workshop had entered a kind of listening stillness, a state where nothing moved unless it truly needed to. The person resting there had slipped beyond awareness of position. The body no longer registered where the chair ended and the air began. Warmth surrounded them evenly, like being wrapped in a thought that felt kind. Breathing had slowed further, not controlled, not measured, just naturally slow. Long, smooth breaths that seemed to arrive on their own schedule, as if guided by something older than intention. Each exhale released what little remained of the day, not as effort, just as gravity. Thoughts no longer came as ideas. They came as sensations, a warmth behind the eyes, a softness in the chest, a gentle heaviness spreading through the limbs. The workshop noticed this and responded in its own way. The shelves, once sharp with purpose, seemed to blur slightly at the edges. Tools lost their definition, becoming shapes rather than objects. The unfinished toys became impressions, suggestions of joy rather than tasks. The small wooden figures, carved long ago, rested together in quiet companionship. They did not need stories anymore. Their presence was enough. The sled near the door appeared complete now, even without polish. Completion, it turned out, was not about finishing touches. It was about readiness to rest. The stove released one final sigh, a slow settling of embers shifting into their most comfortable arrangement. After that, even it grew still. The clock above the door ticked once, then twice, each sound spaced so far apart it felt optional. Time had loosened its grip. The workshop did not fall asleep the way people do. It entered a state of deep keeping, holding warmth, holding quiet, holding the presence of rest itself. Outside, the village slept completely. No lights, no movement, no expectations. Paths beneath the snow had vanished, leaving the world unmarked, untouched, forgiving. The mountains beyond stood as silhouettes, ancient and untroubled. They had seen countless nights like this. They knew there was nothing to worry about. Inside, the person drifted further inward. The mind released its final responsibilities. There was no need to review, no need to plan. The workshop had absorbed everything that mattered and set it aside gently. Sleep approached not as an event, but as a continuation, like stepping from one quiet room into another, even quieter one. The body grew heavy, not weighed down, but pleasantly anchored. Muscles softened fully. Even the smallest tensions, those hidden behind the eyes, in the jaw, along the neck, melted without being asked. Warmth moved slowly through the limbs, settling in the hands, the feet, the spaces between fingers and toes. Breath flowed like a tide under ice. In and out, in and out. Each cycle smoothing something unseen. The workshop dimmed further, allowing shadows to stretch and merge. Corners disappeared. Shapes softened into darkness that felt welcoming, never empty. The window reflected only faint light now, a suggestion of glow rather than illumination. Snowflakes passed unnoticed, their journey no longer needing attention. The person no longer felt separate from the space, Chair, floor, air, warmth, all blended into a single sensation of being held. The workshop had done what it always did best. It had created a place where nothing had to be solved, where presence was enough, where rest arrived naturally, somewhere between one breath and the next. The boundary between waking and sleep thinned, not abruptly, not dramatically, just gently, like fog rolling across a field. Dreams did not rush in. They waited patiently, allowing the mind to empty first, to settle, to become receptive rather than active. The workshop remained quietly alert, standing guard without effort. Stone walls remembered centuries of winters and knew how to hold warmth without clinging. Wooden beams had learned how to support without strain. Everything here understood balance. The person slipped deeper. Awareness softened into sensation. Sensation softened into stillness. Breathing continued slow and easy. The heart beat steadily, unremarkable, reliable. The last conscious thought, if it could even be called that, was a feeling of safety, of being exactly where they needed to be. The workshop accepted this fully. It did not ask them to return. It did not demand remembrance. It simply allowed sleep to take them. Outside, snow covered everything evenly. Inside, warmth lingered, and somewhere between embers and dreams, the night closed its eyes too. Nothing moved. Nothing needed to. The workshop slept, not empty, not abandoned, but complete. Now, there is nothing left to follow. No path ahead. No story to remember. No detail that needs your attention. Everything that needed to be said has already been gently placed where it belongs. You don't need to hold it anymore. The warmth from the workshop remains with you, not as a picture, not as a thought, but as a feeling, a quiet sense of being held, of being safe without effort, of resting without needing permission. Your breathing continues on its own now, slow, easy, unaware of itself. Each breath moves like a soft wave across a calm shore, arriving, leaving without urgency. Nothing is being counted. Nothing is being controlled. Your body understands what to do. The weight you feel is not heaviness. It is grounding, like being gently settled into the earth, like sinking into a surface that has always been waiting for you. The muscles of your face soften completely. The small spaces around your eyes loosen. Your jaw rests without tension. Even the tongue relaxes, finding a natural, comfortable place. Your shoulders drop, not suddenly, but as if they have remembered they are allowed to. Your arms feel distant now, comfortably heavy, supported fully. Your hands rest as if they belong to someone sleeping peacefully beside a warm fire. Your legs grow still, the long muscles unwinding one layer at a time. Knees soften, ankles loosen, toes rest quietly, no longer carrying the weight of the day. There is nothing to fix, nothing to replay. Thoughts may still drift through, and that's okay. You don't need to follow them. Let them pass like snowflakes falling through lamplight, each one visible for a moment, then gone. No meaning required, no response needed. Your mind is allowed to be spacious now, open, unoccupied. If any part of you tries to stay awake, gently, kindly allow it to rest too. Even the watcher can sleep. Even awareness can soften. You have done enough today, more than enough. The world does not need anything from you right now. In this moment, rest is your only task, and even that requires no effort. Silence settles more deeply around you. Not an empty silence, but a full one. A silence that holds warmth. A silence that understands you. Time stretches, then loosens. Minutes stop mattering. Seconds lose their edges. There is only this, a steady rhythm of breath. A gentle darkness behind closed eyes. A feeling of floating just above sleep. You don't need to decide when to sleep. Sleep is already happening. It begins softly, like the dimming of lights in a quiet room. One by one, thoughts turn off. Sensations fade to background. Awareness narrows, not with force, but with kindness. Your mind drifts inward, toward a place that feels familiar, even if you've never named it. A place where nothing hurts, a place where nothing is missing, a place where you don't have to be anyone. Just being is enough. The day you had, with all its noise, its decisions, its unfinished moments, is gently folded away, not forgotten, just placed aside until morning. You don't need to carry it into sleep. The night will hold it for you. As you sink further, the boundary between thought and dream dissolves. Images may appear softly, abstract, slow, unimportant. Let them come and go. There is no storyline to follow, no meaning to assign. Your subconscious knows how to weave rest without instructions. Your breathing grows even deeper now, longer pauses between breaths, longer exhales. Each exhale releases something old. Each inhale brings in quiet. You are not falling asleep. You are being received by sleep. There is a difference. Falling implies effort. Being received implies trust. And trust is already here. The warmth from the imagined fire lingers somewhere in your chest. Not hot, just comforting, steady, familiar. Your heartbeat becomes something distant, a quiet background sound, steady and calm. The world feels far away now, not lost, just irrelevant. Nothing outside this moment requires your attention. If you feel yourself drifting, let it happen. If you feel yourself slipping, allow it. If your thoughts blur, welcome that softness. You are safe to let go. Sleep is not something you need to reach. It is already underneath you, supporting you, holding you. Your awareness thins further, like mist dissolving into night air. Words lose clarity, sentences soften, meaning fades into feeling. This is where rest deepens. This is where healing happens quietly, without effort, without awareness. Your nervous system settles completely. The body enters its natural rhythm of restoration. Muscles repair, the mind clears, balance returns. Nothing you do can improve this moment. Nothing you forget can harm it. You are exactly where you need to be. The night continues its slow watch around you. Quiet, protective. If dreams come, let them come gently. If sleep stays deep and dreamless, let it stay that way. There is no wrong way to rest, no expectation, no requirement. Just this soft, endless calm. Your breathing now is barely noticeable. Your body feels distant, yet secure. Thoughts no longer form clearly, you drift further, deeper. The story has ended, but the peace remains. It stays with you. It wraps around you. It carries you forward into sleep. Nothing follows. Nothing interrupts, only rest. Only quiet. Only the slow, gentle unfolding of a night that knows exactly how to take care of you. Sleep now, and let everything else wait.